I wanted to start this channel to talk about possible ways to make money and maybe invest and grow a business and just put my thoughts on paper or out on video and how to maybe go about that. Not as an expert at all, totally not, but just as a way to kind of let my thoughts out and share with the world a little bit and see what people thought. But I find myself making videos that are just complaining about not having enough money, and here comes another one. So today I was having a chat with my colleague, and we were talking about living paycheck to paycheck. And again, I think I mentioned this in the one or two videos before. The cost of living increasing as well, being like a big factor, and me thinking, wow, I've only bought a few bags of food, but it's cost me like £200. Well, this is kind of a similar situation. It's crazy because like it says here, one in four high earners on six-figure incomes are living paycheck to paycheck. More than a quarter of employees earning up to £100,000 said they had no money left at the end of the month. And yeah, that's crazy. Now it's a couple of factors, of course. Like obviously, tax is massive. It's huge in the UK. Like once you reach a certain band of pay, I think it might be above £45,000. That above that £45,000 is taxed at 40%. Anything below that is taxed at 20%. I think I can't remember exactly, but often people will say in England, like, "Oh, that household is must be bringing in 100 grand. They're minted. They're absolutely loaded." No, the amount of like tax that gets taken away because of obviously tax gets taken away. The end of that isn't as much as you'd think. Now, obviously, it's more than somebody who's on a lower wage, or maybe half of that, but the difference isn't massive, and obviously a big contributing factor is lifestyle as well. So for me, I don't go out and buy lavish things, or go out to like fine dining all the time or anything like that, really. But I do have a mortgage, I do have bills, I have insurance, I have a baby to pay for, and all of these things add up. So even though I'm on a fairly good salary, I still don't have much money at the end of the month, and I find it difficult to actually save money. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just looking around as well, like more than 60% of Americans live in paycheck to paycheck. Even people in higher income brackets are affected. More than half the Americans earning over 100,000 a year live paycheck to paycheck. So I mean, this kind of point here that I was mentioning as well, and I read this was the oh boy, I don't know why that's disappeared. Was the lifestyle increase, the idea that lifestyle inflation, as it says here, is one of the culprits. Is the pattern of spending a little more as a person's income increases. It's crazy because if I was to be earning like half of what I was earning now, I wouldn't be on the streets or anything like that. I would probably be in the same kind of situation that I am now, but just not able to like go out and do like buy as many coffees or something like that. It wouldn't be a massive difference, I don't think. I guess the point I'm making there is that however much you make, you kind of meet that amount in terms of like your lifestyle and your habits and your spending, and all the little bits add up as well. It's just crazy. Spending a little bit on some extra food or insurance, or like I have a coffee every day. I go out and have, there's a kind of like chain bakery place called Greg's here in England, and they do like a bit of a cheap coffee and like a pasty or a sausage roll as it's called here, and that winds up to be around £4 a day. So across what, that's £120 a month. So not massive really, but there's also other things like I pay for my dog's health insurance because I really need that. Honestly, when a dog gets sick, or if you have to take your pet to the vets, that can be such a massive cost, absolutely huge. We've literally had to spend thousands of pounds. Like, luckily, not us, but through the insurance has paid thousands of pounds. And now, because of using the insurance so much, it's gone from, I think, £55 when I first started it up to £90 now. So just things like that. I also pay for private insurance for my wife and my baby as well, which is £200 a month. So just these little things like just crop up, and just last week I had to pay £150 for my car to be fixed, and it looks like it's going to need another fix because it's on its last legs. So there's that. I'm buying a new car potentially in a couple of months. I've got to save up for, because I don't want to dig into savings, and it just chips away. Like I think, oh, I'll have a cheap month, and then all of a sudden something will come along and absolutely wipe it out. So yeah, I'm just constantly. I feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Like I had an okay year last year where I'd managed to like get some savings back from a house that I'd invested in with my family. I might talk about that in a separate video. And then also my severance package as well allowed me to save a little bit, and that was a lucky year. This year, my financial goals really are to well, max out my ISA for myself and my son. That's £29,000, £20,000 for myself and £9,000 for my son, if I can do that. However, trying to save that much each month just on my normal salary, it's just not going to happen. Like, I might be able to save £1,000 each month, maybe, but that's only £12,000 at the end of the year, plus getting a car, and yeah, it's crazy. So the whole kind of point of this channel really was to talk about business ideas and how we can potentially make, a side hustle income. I think I mentioned that in my last video. But yeah, this United Kingdom, what does it say? More than a third of workers are one paycheck away from serious hardship. My God, I mean, having that extra side hustle, that passive income, is just more essential than ever. In my mind, I just panic like crazy when my money reaches a certain level. Other people can handle it better than I can. 4% of UK employees live payday to payday. And it's just crazy to think that even though now I'm making better money than I've ever made before, I still in many months I'm living paycheck to paycheck, which it just boggles my mind how that's happening. Now, obviously, there's the baby, and I travelled overseas to see family a few months ago, and that was pretty expensive because we took the dog as well. Literally, the total cost for flights, getting the dog back imported, which was a real hassle from France to UK. Insurance costs for 100 days, all of that was, oh boy, it was like £5,000 or something. It was not a cheap trip, and that was with us staying with family as well. That wasn't hotels; that was just travel, which was crazy. So yeah, it just chips away. Big things, little things all come in, and so I'm not surprised. Well, I say I'm not surprised, but then I kind of am surprised that I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. But I'm kind of not surprised when these things crop up and shit happens, and then all of a sudden you've got to, you kind of back down to zero at the end of the month. So how do we get around it? How do we fix it? That's the big question. How do you grow a business? I mean, do you grow one online? Do you grow a physical business? What's the kind of best way to do this? If you try to build something, should it be, oh, well, you've got to build it fast? You want to start making some kind of cash flow within the first few months, yes or no? If it takes longer than a few months, you just scrap it and move on. So you've got that kind of like shotgun effect where you try to start a business, and whichever one kind of sticks, starts generating some money, you stick with. Like, I've even looked into vending machine businesses as well, like or laundrettes. Just kind of anything that's very passive and doesn't require you to be there all the time. Now, I know 100% passive is just an illusion. That's obviously not true. You have to put in some time for everything to make any kind of income. But I can't sacrifice my full-time job for that. And then obviously, well, maybe not so obvious, but I spend a lot of time like with my son after work, and there's a lot of chores to do afterwards. So time is very, very limited. That's why I look at online in terms of trying to make money, but online is just so damn competitive. And I'm kind of thinking, well, what if I had a vending machine somewhere in town? Would that make any money? Yes or no? How would I even do that? I have no clue. It's one of those kind of things, one of those questions I'm opening up to anybody who might see this video, and hey, just let me know what you think. But yeah, if you live paycheck to paycheck as well, let me know in the comments. You're not alone, really. Honestly, like when I was talking to my colleague today, and I said I I said to him like, "Oh, I'm not happy that you also, I live paycheck to paycheck, but I'm happy that I'm not alone. Misery loves company and all that." So, anyway, just a little whinge for the evening, guys, before I head off to bed. But let me know what you reckon. Post any comments, and I hope you're all having a great day. Catch you later.